Hello and welcome to Temperance Tarot. My name is Jessica and I am so excited to bring this reading to you today. This is a collective reading, so this is for all signs and all placements. I felt led to do a reading for the collective because after doing the readings for all you beautiful signs, I felt like there was a lot of similarities to a lot of the things that we are going through. This could be because of the eclipse season that we're in right now. We just had one last week, and we are going to be having another one September 21st. So I know there's a lot of energy going on around us right now, and some of it might feel heavy, and some of it might feel like we are releasing some things that have needed to be released for a very long time. So the energy, it just felt like a lot of us are going through a lot of things that we can all relate to. I want to tell you guys, as I was getting ready to do this reading, I felt that it's a lot of hesitation going on right now. And I've been feeling this for a few other signs when I was doing the readings this past week. And it's not uncommon to feel hesitation when we're starting something new. We could feel a little unsure, a little insecure, a little scared, a little nervous. But let me tell you, the sooner we get things started, the more we'll realize that we are more than capable of doing what we've set out to do. And I want to say that a lot of us are in a place right now where we've just closed a lot of chapters and we're not quite sure if we're ready to open something new. And that's okay to feel that. It's okay to feel unsure of starting something new when we've just gone through this crazy roller coaster the last maybe year or so. I feel that it's been, for many of us, these last 3 years have been pretty crazy, but all of it has been part of our story and our journey, and all of it was necessary. I think a lot of us know that for the most part. We've made peace. We've come to a point where we've made peace with what we've just gone through. So what I wanted to do was I pulled 3 cards from the bottom of the deck. And these are the things that we can't see. These are the things that we aren't sure of why we're feeling the way that we're feeling. So these 3 are going to explain what's going on here. Okay, these are the things that we can see. These are maybe the things that we know we want to get started. Okay, so let's see. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the Prince of Wands. And we have the Hierophant. Okay, so right off the bat, when I turned over the 5 of Cups, there was a lot of things that we've just gone through that felt like a lot of disappointments. A lot of us have ended a lot of either relationships, friendships, situations that we knew were no longer serving us. We've known this for a long, long time. There was red flags thrown at us all over the place, and we just kept ignoring them. This last eclipse made it very difficult to continue ignoring them. And I think for a lot of us, before the eclipse even showed up, we were already closing those chapters. But we were left with the disappointment. We're left with the residue of, why did I tolerate this for so long? Why did I stay there for this long? Why did I feel like I needed to endure this relationship or situation? Why? We have a lot of questions here. And I'm seeing with the Princess of Wands, Spirit is asking you to begin to release those questions. We don't always get the answers that we want. And it's not because we're not worthy of these answers. It's not because we haven't asked enough questions. I think it's just because it doesn't matter. The why doesn't matter. What matters from this point on is what you do with all that you just experienced. What matters from this point on is, what are you going to do differently this time? And the Hierophant is here to show us that because of these experiences that we've just experienced, because of these relationships or situations that we've been on, we understand now what we don't want. We understand how we want our relationships to look. We understand what kind of job you really want. We understand what kind of hobbies you want to start. We have such We've had such eye-opening experiences these last few years that we can't ignore when something isn't for us. What doesn't align for us, what's not aligned with our journey or our purpose, it will immediately feel like it's being forced. Like I'm getting an image of a train going off its tracks. It's not going to go very far. It's going to get shaky, it's going to get ugly, and eventually it's going to have to stop and reset. And that's how I feel that the Hierophant is here to show us that these situations that we had entertained for so long, we can't go further. This is the time that our train is stopping and it's resetting, and it is getting back on track, and it's moving forward, and nothing's going to stop it. And that's how I feel that a lot of us are in a place right now where we can remain in the past and keep asking these questions and keep searching for these answers that, to be honest with you, just really don't matter. They really don't matter, because our future is waiting. Our future has been patiently waiting for us to release these things that have been doing nothing but blocking our blessings, our visions, our dreams. Like, we've been stuck for so long. But I do want to emphasize that I feel that it was for a reason. Like, we weren't stuck in like quicksand. We were like on pause. um so Spirit, what is it that we can't see? What is it that is maybe still keeping us in this pause mode? I'm seeing the Two of Wands, and I feel like some of us are at a crossroad. Some of us aren't sure. We know we want to move forward, but there's two different options here. All right, let's ask for some clarity on this, because I feel that no matter what we do, it's gonna work. I think we just need to ask ourselves, what do you really, really want to do? What is it that you really want? Because I feel like one of these options is you settling. Like this is you still trying to do things for others. This is you still trying to be, okay, that is not for you. So Spirit just cleared that out of the way. Okay. Um, thank you, Spirit. This is you, Temperance. Temperance. All right. Okay. I got chills right now. I don't know why, but I got chills. Um, these two choices that you have here in front of you, one of them is what you really want to do. And you know this, but for some reason you're a little scared to say it out loud. And then the other one feels like the safe choice, like the safe thing to do. Temperance is here to show you that you know exactly what you need to do when you begin to look within yourself and allow that light that you have, that you carry within, shine through. And don't be afraid of whatever it is that you're going to start. It feels like what you really want to do. The reason why you're hesitant about doing what you really want to do is because of fear. And Spirit's here to tell you that yes, there's going to be mistakes made. This is going to be a learning process. This is going to be you learning new traits, doing new things. And they're all going to be scary. there's no way of bypassing that. They are all going to be scary. But the beautiful thing about doing scary things is that you begin to gain confidence. You begin to gain a new sense of self-worth, and you begin to believe in yourself more and more. And if you settle for the safe thing, it's still going to work out. I feel that these two paths, they're going to work, but there's going to be something about you doing what you really, really want to do. It's not just about money. It's not just about building wealth. It's about having abundance in every way that you can think of. Feeling like you're doing what you've always meant to do. And so we have the 5 of disc, and I feel like this is here again to confirm that you're worried. There's something you're scared of. Um, Spirit's also highlighting that there's resources that you're afraid you're not going to have. The world, the universe, God, whatever it is you believe in, will provide. I see that there is so much coming your way, and you're not going to have to strive. Like you're not going to have to like force your way through this. Like your resources, and I feel that some of you aren't believing this because I kind of felt that right now. Like it sounds too good to be true. But what we're coming into right now with this eclipse of like new beginnings and the closing of old chapters, old mindsets, old beliefs, old habits, old ideas, like all of that, because that's closing, the impossible is going to all of a sudden become possible. It all of a sudden, just all these opportunities are going to come through, and you're just going to be like, I can't believe this is actually happening. And I feel that very strongly, and I just want to be 100% honest with you. When I saw this, I immediately, even myself, felt a little like, oh, this sounds too good to be true. And I think the reason I felt that is because a lot of us are feeling this, because we've gone so long working so hard and have barely seen like the tip of the iceberg. We barely even noticed that it was an iceberg. But I feel that the prince The Prince of Wands is here to show us that this is coming in with a fire that we are not going to be able to stop. Like whatever it is that you're doing, you're almost gonna you're almost gonna have to like jeopardize yourself for this not to happen. And I feel like the Temperance here also is showing us balance. So you're not going to need to burn yourself out, and I think with the 5 of Wands is also here to show us that it's not about burning out. It's not about working yourself to the bone. It's not about that. It's about following your heart. What is your heart telling you? Now, is this going to take hard work? Yes, but there's a difference between hard work and burnout. Okay, we're not supposed to do something to the point where just we completely burn out and we resent what we're doing. That's not what this is about. This is about you doing something that it's not even going to feel like you're working. It's you're just going to be so excited that you're just going to want to keep doing it and keep doing it. But Temperance is here just to remind us that make sure you have balance. Make sure that you're checking in with yourself. Make sure that you're not constantly running on empty because it is a risk. When we love doing something so much, we can push ourselves to the point where we burn out. And I know this because I last year decided to start a new health journey. I stopped drinking, I stopped drinking alcohol. I started to really hone in on my nutrition and my workout program. And when we first started, my husband and I think we went the first 3 months, I was working out 6 days a week, and I loved it. I loved it. But my body was beginning to send me some warning signs like, "Hey, you're tired. You need some time to recover. You need some time to, refuel, replenish your body." And I was getting so many amazing results, but then I was also abusing my body. So I had to reset, I had to recheck, I had to bring my train back into its tracks and say, "Hey, if I want to do this for the rest of my life, I'm going to have to make some healthier choices." This isn't about being extreme. This is about finding a perfect harmony, a perfect balance to something that I want to be able to do for a very, very long time. So, Spirit is here to encourage us to find balance, to know when it's time to take a break. And the Hierophant is here to show us that, is here to show us that we know what we need to do. We know when we need to check in within ourselves. We know when we need to give ourselves some self-care. We know the signs. We understand. And it's okay to have this burning fire, this burning desire to want to build something great and amazing. And it will be great and amazing. And I truly believe that Spirit has given us these signs. Also, really quick, I want to say that when I was getting ready to do this reading, the number 1010 came up on the clock, and then also 1111. So I feel like when we see these numbers, these angel numbers, they're going to be a reminder for us to check in. They're going to be a reminder for us to come in and just like, okay, how are you feeling? What's going on? Are you tired? Do you need a nap? Do you need a break? Do you need to eat? Do you need some protein? Do you need some water? Like, Spirit is giving us a lot of signs here that we can use to check in with ourselves, to check in and to um, to maybe do some inventory about like what's going on, what's going out, what's coming in. And by that I mean energy. So are we exerting so much energy that now we need to make sure we have the resources that we need to give us back that energy to refuel ourselves. So check in with check in with yourself as many times as you need to throughout this journey. Okay. I also feel that I want to pull from this deck. This is the Inner Child Oracle. This is such a beautiful deck. I love this because I feel like it's not just about your your inner child, I think it's also about the hidden things that we might need a reminder to, because as a child we might have learned some unhealthy habits from, those that might have raised us, or maybe because of our experiences, we've just developed these mindsets or beliefs that we've carried on into adulthood. I'm sorry, my words are all over the place. So this oracle deck, I feel like it's such a beautiful Spirit, can I have two more? It's such a beautiful deck because I think it has a really good balance of, you know, um, your inner child, but also you as an adult now. Uh, all right, one more, Spirit. All right, let's pull from the bottom. Okay, here we go. So this one came off first. We'll do this one first. Review your responsibilities. This actually came up for another sign this week. Review your responsibilities. I think this is a great reminder of staying on track, doing what you know that you can do, um, staying the course to your dreams, your visions, and remember that your dreams and your visions were given to you for a reason. Okay, so if they weren't given to someone else, then it really doesn't matter what they have to say about it. Okay, this is about you. And this is not to say that you can't ask for help or input or insight. But if someone's being negative about it and someone's just trying to like completely discourage you from it, I would say maybe meditate on it. Okay, meditate on that and make sure that that person has the best interest for you. All right, and the second one is go on an adventure. Today is the day to try something daring. And I take it back to what I said in the beginning of this reading. um, this is about doing new things. This eclipse is pushing us to try something that we've never done before. And I mean, when else would we have the courage to start something that we never thought possible? I mean, this is the best time to do it. This eclipse is opening that gate. This eclipse is opening that door that we've been waiting for it to open. All right. And then our last one is become aware. Listen to the wisdom of the body. Yes. And I love that this came out right above the Hierophant because this is a confirmation that we need to check in. We need to use our past experiences as a way to identify what works for us and what no longer works for us. Check in within yourself, check in within your body. And I feel like a lot of you guys are starting something new, maybe like a workout regimen, maybe a new diet. A lot of times we see so many people, there's so many influencers out there now, telling you, like, yeah, try this new workout and this works for this and this works for that. Let me tell you, you need to do what feels right for your body. You need to find the nutritional plan that feels and works for your body. Just because it worked for somebody else does not mean that it's going to work for you the same way that it worked for them. So, yes, explore your options, but just become aware of yourself. How is your body feeling when you eat a certain way? Let's just say you want to go vegan, okay? And you just start feeling maybe a little tired, like maybe you need a little bit more protein. And yes, you can look and research for your plant-based protein options. Just start doing some research because some people can maybe thrive on a complete plant-based diet, and that's awesome, and I love that. But maybe for you, you need a little bit more protein. So again, do your research and find what works for you. Okay. This isn't about just like, well, I dedicated myself to this, so I'm just gonna do this. I don't care how I feel. I want to tell you, and I'm telling you from experience, that doesn't always work because your body will start shutting down and will start letting you know this isn't working. So I encourage you to do what works for you. Don't let anyone else tell you what you need to do. Now, I'm not against getting a trainer. I'm not against getting, again, maybe a mentor. I feel that that is always going to be a tool that you can benefit from. However, make sure you're listening to your body. Okay. I personally have a trainer and I've had him for a very, very long time, but I've also taken breaks. I've taken breaks, I've stepped away, and I've, done what I felt like I needed to do at the time, maybe did some lighter workouts. Um, and then eventually went back to my trainer. But again, there was times where I knew I needed to take a break. I needed to maybe only work out 3 times a week. So all this to say, check in within yourself. Make sure that what you're doing is what you feel works for you. And I feel like now I'm just repeating myself, but I think some of you guys really need to hear this because, again, there's just so many voices out there, so many people, telling you that my plan is the best plan, my diet is the best diet, and it doesn't even have to be about that. I'm just using it as an example. This could be you building a business and for some reason someone tells you, well, we have, the best cameras, we have, again, do your research. All right. So I just want to pull one more card, and this is just going to be a word of encouragement for all of you because I feel that this eclipse has been a doozy, y'all. Like, ugh. it's it's been intense, and let me tell you, these last few days, I don't know if it's because I did a pretty good amount of readings, but I felt very tired, very drained, and I just wanted to sleep. And I think the reason why I was feeling like that is because I think a lot of us are, I don't, we're not hibernation mode. Like, that's not what I feel like what's happening. But I do feel that we're being asked to maybe kind of just slow down just for a little bit because after this eclipse, after the 21st, it's going to get crazy. Like, it's going to get crazy from here until the end of the year. I think we're going to be on preparation mode for what's to come 2026. 2026 for a lot of us. I want to say most of us. It's going to be pretty intense and we're going to be busy. So these next few months that we have left in the year, we got to use our energy wisely and our time wisely because what's coming is going to require a lot of our attention, a lot of our time, and a lot of our energy. So, we got 2 cards. Thank you, Spirit. My heart feels happy and free. I love this. I love this because you know what? You've took off many loads off your back. I I personally myself have experienced a lot of healing within this last maybe 30 to 60 days. I've released a lot of things that I never thought I would be able to release. I've released people, mindsets, situations, habits that if you were to tell me a year ago that I was going to release these things, I would have told you you're crazy. But I never knew how liberating that was going to be. I didn't understand how much they were weighing me down until they were no longer in my life. So I definitely feel that my heart is happy and free. And I know that that's a lot of you out there. And not to say that this wasn't difficult and it wasn't painful, it was, but it was part of the process of me healing and letting go. And I feel like this is what you guys are also experiencing. This is part of the process of you healing and letting go and understanding what you truly want in your life. What is it that truly brings a smile to your face? What brings joy? What brings laughter? What makes you want to just embrace all that is around you? I do feel that a lot of us are feeling this. The universe is filled with endless opportunities for me. Yes, 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 yes. That's yes. um, God, I feel so. I literally, I feel chills because I think that I wasn't expecting this message to be filled with so much hope and love. And I'm looking at these cards and I'm just like, I'm feeling so much love because my beautiful souls, you have worked so hard, and you were this close to giving up. You were this close to say, you know what, it's not going to happen. And Spirit's here to remind you that all that you've done has not gone in vain, and you will see it. Those visions, those dreams, those hopes, those all the things that you have been feeling like they were never going to happen, you're at the door of it. Like it's there. So I encourage you, don't give up. Keep doing what you've been doing. I know this has been a long and hard and difficult road, but it's worth it. It has all been worth it. I promise you. But thank you. And I hope this message speaks to you. And if it has, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. I tried, I noticed that some of the readings that I did last week, the audio was not the greatest. So I'm trying a new microphone. Hopefully this works. So bear with me. I'm new to all of this. So I hope that I can bring you some clear messages, some clear audio, because I'm trying to figure this out. I'm also starting something new, and I'm also doing some new things that are very, very scary. This is one of them. So thank you for being patient, and I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.